I'm Mike, 35 years old, and I work in cleaning. Work is going well, but I have to go to the next town for work, so I get home late. But I'm fulfilled, and I like this job. What I want to talk about is my wife. I come home late every day, and my wife says she's lonely. One day, my wife, Janice, said she wanted to get a part-time job.
You're home late again today. Good job.
Sorry for coming home late every day. Did you have dinner?
Spending every night alone is lonely. So I have a favor to ask.
What's wrong? Did something happen?
I want to work part-time at a bar at night.
Feeling sorry for making her lonely, I decided to let her. However, after a while, she started coming home later than me. It seemed that regulars stayed late, so the bar stayed open late. One day, she was late coming home, so I called her, but her phone was off and I couldn't reach her. Worried, I stayed up. What were you doing until this hour?
I was working part-time at the bar. I'm tired, so I'm going to bed.
Wait a minute. We're not done talking.
You're noisy. I'm tired.
Why does my wife smell like she just got out of the shower when she comes home from work?
I always change because I smell like the bar.
Even so, she's been coming home late lately. And there's this scent. I thought something was fishy. Then Janice suddenly looked awkward, went to the living room, opened a drawer, and brought out an envelope. When I opened it, there were divorce papers inside.
We're done today. Sign this and get out.
What's this all of a sudden? What's going on?
You're noisy even though I'm tired. Just get out.
Are you cheating on me?
I'm not doing anything like that. Just get out.
Fine. I don't care about you anymore. Don't come crying to me when you're in trouble. Driven by my emotions, I stormed out of the house. I thought staying at home would only lead to more fights. Since I had the day off, I decided to calm down a bit. When I got to the park, I started to regret saying too much to Janice. I had made her feel lonely and should have been there for her more. Then Gordon and Charlotte, who were out for a walk, showed up.
Hey, isn't that Mike? What are you doing here?
Good morning. Are you alone?
Good morning. Are you two out for a walk?
Yay, we always walk together on our days off.
That's nice. I'm jealous.
Honey, I'm a bit tired. Let's stop by a cafe.
Why don't you join us?
Seeing me sitting alone on the park bench, Gordon must have sensed something was wrong. They took me to a nearby cafe. Gordon and I are colleagues, and Janice and Charlotte are also good friends. It was a local cafe we occasionally visited. It was quiet, so it was easy to talk. I thought talking with friends would help me calm down since I was still upset from the fight with Janice.
Mike, there's something that's been bothering me. Can you listen to what I have to say?
Charlotte started talking seriously and drank half of her iced coffee. It seemed something had happened at Janice's part-time job.
A new guy started working at Janice's bar. He's about 20 years old, and at first, it seemed like they were having fun working together. But when I stepped outside to take a call, I heard their voices from the back door. When I checked, it looked like they were hugging. They seemed unusually close even inside the bar, so I thought something might be going on.
Yeah, they did seem close. I didn't know about what happened outside.
Charlotte hadn't told me out of consideration. I was now convinced they were having an affair.
I was the one who recommended that bar, so I feel responsible.
I talked to my boss at work, and he introduced me to a lawyer. If you're worried, getting an investigation done is one way, and it's important to seek help instead of worrying alone. However, things might not move forward if I'm around. So I decided to go back to my parents' house for a while. My parents asked what was going on, but I decided not to tell them until I knew the truth. I didn't want to worry them, and maybe deep down, I still believed in my wife. I started to worry about Janice, so I decided to go home before heading to my parents' house.
You're still here. Just get out already.
Janice, who had just woken up, was acting high and mighty, telling me to leave. I thought she might have reflected a bit, but I was wrong, and I was shocked. I was just there to grab my stuff. I quickly left the house. I didn't feel like talking anymore and was irritated by what I had just heard. However, the lawyer had advised me to avoid confrontation, so I left without saying anything. A few days later, the lawyer brought the investigation report. As expected, she was cheating. Then, I went home after work to talk to Janice, but she wasn't there. I thought she might be at the bar, but it was her day off. Charlotte had contacted me, and we thought Janice was probably with a guy, so I decided to wait for her to come home and talk. The report had detailed information. There were photos, and just as Charlotte had said, the guy was a young, handsome 20-year-old. It was frustrating to think she was with someone so much younger. My baldness wasn't my fault. Age is inevitable, but I did feel inferior. The house was a mess after being away for a while. Janice was never good at cleaning, and even when we were together, she hardly cleaned. I didn't think much of it back then, but now it annoyed me. In the end, what did I gain from my married life with Janice? All I could think of were regrets.
What are you doing?
My wife, who had come home, was in a bad mood seeing me cleaning the house. What do you mean? I'm cleaning. I built this house.
I don't care. Even if we get divorced, I'm staying here.
That's funny. After all the cheating, you say that.
I did nothing wrong.
I was furious at her attitude and threw the investigation envelope at her.
That hurts. What are you doing?
The envelope hit her directly, and the contents scattered around.
What's this? Mike, did you investigate me?
What do you mean? This is my business. How could you be with such a young guy at your age?
It's sneaky to investigate behind my back. This method is unfair.
The one sneaking around was you, Janice. I'm the one who can't forgive this. At that moment, the doorbell rang. When I went to the door, Charlotte was there with a guy. The guy, looking sloppy, stood there with a dull expression. You should apologize first.
What's up? I'm busy here.
My anger reached its peak. However, Charlotte stopped me as I was about to grab him.
It'll affect the court case, so let's talk calmly.
Charlotte's demeanor helped me regain my composure. Sit down over there for now. Seeing the guy come in, my wife no longer had the bold attitude she had before. The lawyer said we'll probably be asking for $30,000 each in damages.
I'm not involved, am I?
What are you talking about? I really thought it was good I wasn't alone. If I had been, I might have lashed out and not been able to have a calm conversation.
I didn't have an affair. I was just playing around. But you said you loved me.
My wife, who had been silent until now, spoke up, surprised by his statement.
I do love married women. But it's different now, isn't it? Wait, you love married women, not me. Is being with a married woman some kind of status? No, it's about me being the one who dates married women.
Probably no one there could understand what he was saying.
So, you were dating married women, not me. That's right. What's that supposed to mean? I'm getting divorced because of you. If you get divorced, it's game over. Sorry for intruding.
After all that, do you still like him?
Is it so bad? He gave me dreams.
Are you okay in the head? I just can't understand you anymore. My anger turned into pity for Janice, and she ended up going back to her parents' house, completely broken. Later, Janice's parents came to apologize to me. They offered to pay the $60,000 in damages and beg for forgiveness for their daughter's actions. I realized that no matter how poorly a child behaves, they are still precious to their parents. Months passed, and once things had settled down, I invited Charlotte and her husband as a thank you. Charlotte suggested we meet at the bar where Janice used to work.
Let me introduce you. This is the owner and his daughter, Ashley. I'm really sorry for everything that happened.
We're sorry too, for not preventing it.
No, it's not your fault. Charlotte had enlisted Ashley's help, and they had taken photos of the two in the act at the bar. She thought it was better to have more evidence. However, since Janice's parents paid the money, we avoided going to court. So, we decided to rent out the bar tonight as a thank you. The owner had been cheated on by his wife in the past and raised Ashley alone, so he understood my feelings, and we hit it off. I find it hard to trust people. I don't even know what's what anymore, but friends are good. I can't live alone.
I'm glad I met you, Mike. I'm worried about finding a husband for my daughter, who's of marriageable age. Would you consider being with her?
Please stop joking. Ashley has the right to choose. For the first time in a while, I found myself laughing. Ashley was a good person, and we all enjoyed the joke. I never thought I'd be able to laugh like this again. Work in the neighboring town settled down, so I've been able to come home earlier lately. But being alone at home always brings a sense of loneliness. So I started going to the bar every night. Ashley was beautiful as she moved around the bar, serving customers. Every time I saw her, my heart warmed, and talking to her lifted my spirits. Ashley, you're really hardworking.
I love this job. Plus, I'm with my dad.
You've always lived together, right?
Yes, my dad has always been there for me, so I never felt lonely.
I don't have kids, so I'm a bit envious of your dad. If a cute girl like you called me dad, I'd probably do anything for her. Plus, Ashley, you're very kind.
Maybe that's why I like older men.
I knew Ashley's like wasn't directed at me, but my heart couldn't help but race. Lately, I've been coming to this bar not because I hate being alone, but because I want to see Ashley. Talking to her calms my heart. There's an age gap, and I've kept my romantic feelings hidden, but I feel more drawn to her with each passing day. One day, I went to the bar, and Ashley wasn't there. A staff member told me she was at a wedding and not at the bar. The bar was hectic, so I decided to help out. After things settled down and I was cleaning up, I accidentally broke a glass.
Are you okay?
Ashley immediately washed my hand and disinfected it. It had been a while since a woman had been so kind to me. My heart raced as Ashley tenderly cared for my hand. If only she could always be by my side. I could feel my face turning red.
Now you're all set. I'm sorry for making you help.
It's okay. I'm sorry for breaking the glass.
Watching you work so hard, Mike, I thought you were really cool.
I couldn't hold back any longer. Her body felt so soft. I love you, Ashley. I want to be with you forever. Thinking that, I gently closed my eyes and kissed Ashley. It was incredibly soft, and I could feel the warmth of another person. And so, we started dating. The next day, I decided to report back to Ashley's dad. I love Ashley. Please allow us to date.
What? You did something inappropriate while I was away? Are you joking with me?
I'm sorry. I'll do anything. So please allow us to date.
Really? Anything? Then, will you take over my bar? You said you'd do anything. Be prepared.
I quit my job and joined the bar. Later, I found out that Ashley's dad had wanted to work with me from the start. Despite everything that happened, I'm glad I found happiness. One day, while out shopping, I ran into my ex-wife by chance. It's been a while, hasn't it? How are you doing now? Are you okay?
I ended up being kicked out of my parents' house, and now I'm working a cleaning job in the next town.
You, who hated cleaning, that's strange.
I wanted to wash away my past, so I decided to start a new life.
I've also said goodbye to the trash. We parted ways, laughing. I hope Janice fulfills her new life. Soon after, I got married to Ashley, and we had a son. Ashley's dad retired and now spends his days happily playing with his grandson. Savoring happiness, I'm enjoying my new life. I vow to cherish and protect my family for the rest of my life. 20 years have passed, and my son has turned 20. He decided to take over the bar, becoming the third-generation owner. Knowing the joy of working with family, our bar is thriving, and we're living happily.